Now, you may not know it, but this week is Apprenticeship Week, which aims to celebrate the value of the schemes. Now, the subject was even raised at Prime Minister's Questions, and David Cameron had this to say.
We're able to expand the number of apprenticeships to a record level, an extra 75,000. And we can see, yes, the growth figures are disappointing, but manufacturing is up, exports are up, and we are starting to rebalance the economy.
Well, we're familiar with apprenticeships in industry, but there is one part of the world of work where they haven't existed until now. One of our MPs has just taken on Westminster's first apprentice. Andrew Sinclair has been to meet him.
Meet Westminster's first apprentice. Andy Huckle is 20 years old and from Harlow.
I've always been interested in politics. I've always followed it as closely as possible, but I never thought I'd have the chance to work in House of Commons. So I saw an advert in my local paper doing an apprenticeship, and I just thought it's an opportunity I couldn't turn down.
Thursdays 1 to 2.
For one day every week, he's at Harlow College, where he's studying for his NVQ in Business and Administration. The rest of the week, he's being paid to work for his local MP.
Is this the research?
Yeah,
I mean,
it's just basic research.
Can you just explain it to me, what you've done?
Just what trust the Westminster Centre falls under.
Robert Halfon believes he's the first MP to take on an apprentice.
When I got elected, I got besieged by interns from posh universities writing to me saying they wanted a job here. But I decided I wanted to give a chance to a real apprentice so that he would have an important role, and also that he would get his level 3 at the end and get a proper qualification so he can then go on to university and get the skills that he needs.
The offices around Westminster are full of interns, young people who can afford to work here for free. Not surprisingly, most MPs are keen to take them on. But Mr. Halfon, a keen advocate of apprenticeships for many years, decided to put his money where his mouth was.
And I think that the government policy of having 75,000 extra apprenticeships is to be welcomed.
So for the next 6 months, Andy Huckle is working as one of his assistants.
It's just the opportunity to earn and learn at the same time, you know, earning a wage and getting real good work experience at the same time.
The government is keen to encourage more companies to take on apprentices, and last week announced plans to create another 75,000 more. At the moment, there are 85,000 employers in the country offering apprenticeships in 200 different job roles. The government says most apprentices can expect to earn at least £73,000 more in the course of their lifetime, and it benefits the company too.
Proof shows that actually what you do, you build the future of your company on those young people who will bring new dimensions but also be very loyal because of the opportunity you've given them.
19 people applied to be Mr. Halfon's apprentice. They underwent 2 days of tests before Andy Huckle, who calls himself a floating voter, was chosen.
I believe in apprenticeships not just because of economic efficiency, but because of social justice. If you get young people off the streets, if you give them opportunities and skills for the future, they are made for life.
So impressed or embarrassed by the MP's example, the Minister for Apprenticeships has now agreed to take on his own apprentice. The question is, will any other MP?